I didn't think I'd be here right now doing this at this moment in time. Talking about Manchester United today being knocked out in the FA Cup to Middlesbrough, a championship team in the FA Cup at Old Trafford. And honestly, it was disgusting. And I did my reaction to it. It's a long one, very long video that if you want to skip to the end, watch me break down, you can. I was hungry, I was stressed, I was tired. I had to get a snack so I can do this post match because I needed to sum up all I can muster to do this post match after witnessing another shootout lost by Manchester United. And honestly, since like 2013, Manchester United have not won a penalty shootout. And honestly, it is such a disgrace for that badge to many of those players who are on that field representing Manchester United, basically who aren't good enough. To watch that game, I'm not going to watch it back because it's too depressing. But realizing what the Glazers failed to do is get a holding midfielder, and today we paid the price. For one trophy that I was looking forward to, a trophy that I wanted to win this season, and just like the Dallas Cowboys and the Green Bay Packers, they get knocked out way too early. And honestly, it was an embarrassment because you're at home at Old Trafford and you played basically 2 hours of football and couldn't score a second goal. Now let's talk about the game so we can discuss it. Early on in the game, we played with a strong lineup. We played a good back four. We played Henderson in goal, and we played with Pogba in the midfield, with McTominay. We played Bruno. We played Sancho, Rashford, Ronaldo. We played a very good lineup. First half, honestly, looked very promising. Very promising. Sancho made a nice chip, hits the bar, goes and finds Bruno Fernandes. He boots it over the bar. Later on in the game, we get a penalty. Cristiano Ronaldo makes the penalty and he misses it, shoots it wide, left. But it's okay. It's a long game. We're dominating the game. We're dominating the midfield. Then we finally score. Great. Fantastic. We think it's game over. 25th minute, it's 1-0. We're looking great. Then they start getting into it. Pogba comes off. No, he comes off later. Harry Maguire. Defending for us. Defending. Ball comes in the 64th minute. Controlled by the player. He's open. Hits off his hand. And guess what? VAR says no handball, and it's a goal. Because Harry Maguire, our captain, once again fails to do his job. And they put it in the back of the net. But that's a handball. It hits off his hand. It changes direction. So VAR comes in and says, that's not a handball, it's a good goal. Sorry. That ain't fair. That ain't right. But we're thinking, okay, you know what? We're better than this. We'll come back and we'll win. Then we take off Pogba for Fred. We lose the midfield battle from there on. From that moment, we lose the midfield battle to a championship side. Not a Premier League side, but a championship, the league below us. So our midfield too, with McTominay and Fred, can't win a battle in the midfield at Old Trafford against a championship team who haven't been in the Premier League since what, 2018? We lose a midfield battle. We showed nothing in the overtime. Nothing. We were pathetic. Useless. And then we made a substitution. Phil Jones for Varane. Oh, crap. Don't like that. So 2 French players come off. We don't look good. And we go to a shootout. I can't believe it. We're going to a bloody shootout. And everyone's saying, Henderson's great at penalty shots. He can save them. Oh, yeah. Dean Henderson, he will make a save. 8 shots later, they nail all of them. Henderson makes no saves in the shootout. For the love of God, we couldn't make a save in a shootout. Dean Henderson was a failure in the shootout position tonight. British keeper. He ain't going to get attacked because he's British. The British media aren't going to touch him. It's 8-7. Elanga steps in. He's just a kid. Takes a spot. Takes a kick and it's over the bar. And United are knocked out of the FA Cup. Our season's done. And we're basically going to celebrate a 4th place trophy, which doesn't exist. 4th. If we get 4th. But I'm not going to attack Elanga because that's ridiculous. Okay, he missed a penalty. But you know what? Why don't you blame someone else? Why don't you blame the goalie that had 8 chances to make 1 save to make us go through? 8 shots, and they were all on target, and Henderson couldn't make a single save. Why don't we blame Harry Maguire, the guy that was supposed to mark the guy for the goal? Or better yet, why don't we blame Anthony Taylor, the referee that should have said, hey, that's a freaking handball. His arm is out. Hits his arm. Directs it. And he scores. Why don't we blame VAR? Goes into VAR and say that's a goal. How ridiculously stupid is that? How embarrassing is that for VAR? That is a typical handball. We got screwed by VAR. But you also have to blame the players like Rashford, like Fred, like McTominay. Those players aren't good enough. Now I'm going to name off the list of players that need to go. Marcus Rashford. I said it. Harry Maguire. Fred. McTominay. Dean Henderson. They have to leave this club. They ain't good enough. Marcus Rashford, his confidence is at 0. He has no confidence. He went up against a championship team, not a Premier League team, and he didn't do a single thing that was actually really, really impressive. Okay, he scored a goal, but he was offside. He was offside. I don't care what you do. You got to put it in the back of the net. You're a damn fucking attacker. You are an attacker. You haven't done a shit for us this season. You have been dropped because you're useless. And Harry Maguire. For the love of God, a guy that should not be even at this club. We have overspent for this guy who's captain of this club. 80 million for a cow that's on laxatives, taking shits on the field because he's useless. He played against Watford and he got bullied. Take a hard look at yourself in the mirror, Harry Maguire. You ain't good enough. Even to wear the badge, let alone the captain's armband. Take that armband off and put it on someone who deserves it. Not because I'm British. It's a propaganda lie. It's bullshit. It's bullcrap. It's shocking. And to do in this conversation now, where we are knocked out of the FA Cup, a trophy that we need to win to make our season actually positive. What is the damn positive of this season? Tell me. What is the positive? Where is the positivity? No trophy. Are we going to win the Champions League? Hell no. You want to know why? Because we can't win a midfield battle against a championship team, let alone a team in the Premier League, let alone a Bayern Munich, a PSG, a Real Madrid, an Atletico Madrid, Man City, Liverpool. You're taking a piss. And I'm sorry, I'm bashing on those players because we had 2 hours to score 2 goals against a championship team. This isn't a Premier League team like Chelsea that defend like champions and have won the Champions League last year. We're talking about a league championship. They're not in the Premier League. They beat us because they deserved it. They defended well. They won the midfield battle when Pogba came off. McTominay and Fred are useless. We needed a CDM. We were desperate. We were desperate. Ralf Rangnick went to the board and said, I need a central midfielder to control the game. And the Glazers and Woodward and Richard Arnold said, fuck off. We're good. We don't need a CDM. Piss off, Ralph. It ain't going to help us. Because all we care about is money in our pockets. Go stick that money up your ass. To the board. Fuck the board. And fuck the Glazers. I'm losing my shit because of you. The incompetent board that have no business running a real football club with the best fans in the world. We were silent. I watched it back. We were silent leaving Old Trafford. And they were making the noise. What is wrong with you, Manchester United board? What is going on in your fucking brains? You're not sitting there properly and thinking we gotta fix this club. This is on you, the Glazers, and Richard Arnold, and all the guys on the board. Get it together. We are suffering for this. I've gone off long enough. This board is a disgrace. I am Glazers out. They need to leave. Because they don't care. They're too busy in Tampa Bay. Where do we go from here? Honestly, I don't even want Champions League football. Because we don't deserve it. If you can't win in an FA Cup game at Old Trafford against a championship team, we belong in Conference League. Seriously. Those guys were useless today. We had breakaways. We had empty netters. We had a penalty. And we squandered it. We failed. And not the fans, but most of those players. And I hope it's not going to happen. I don't want to see Harry Maguire with the captain's band around his arm ever again at United. I'm fed up with it. Captain Dipshit is more like it. I've had enough. And the nightmare is going to continue. It will. But at least we're out of the FA Cup and now we can just not have to suffer. Because today when I did my reaction, it got to me the second half when they scored and then the overtime. It was torturing. Mentally torturing for that half hour of bullshit. And then Dean Henderson. We were crying last year. We should have made Henderson the innkeeper for the Villarreal final in Europa League. And you know what? I don't think it would have made a difference because those guys are bottlers. They are bottlers. These guys, Manchester United, those players, are like the Toronto Maple Leafs of European football. They can't fucking win. They can't win. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. Drop a like in the video. Subscribe to the channel. Thank you so much for watching and listening to me rant. If you've paid attention to the whole video, I'm sorry I lost my cool, but I am a United fan. And it doesn't matter where you're from. Canada, America, Asia, Africa, South America. When you're a United fan, you're a United fan. And we keep going on. Thanks for watching. Take care. I'm done for this weekend. I'm going to go and relax. So take care. Enjoy your weekend. Speak to you all soon. Have a good night.